Good evening, Internet, and welcome to episode 18 of Malt and Magic, the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin. I am as all your Dungeon Master, Matt Isbell. My usual thanks before we get started, so thank you to Tabletop Audio for our music and some of the ambience. A massive thank you to D&D Beyond, because let's face it, if you're not using D&D Beyond for your D&D game, then you are missing out. Incarnate for our map tools. There's a new tool I sort of introduced last week, which was 5e Magic Shop. There's some handy little tools for like Detect Magic Aura or actual shop generation and a few other bits on there, so that's got some nice tools. You can go check them out on Patreon as well to unlock even more benefits, so a huge shout out to them. Also a massive shout out to Hero Forge. They've released their colour options recently. I know this will be a number of weeks afterwards, but those colour options have given us a great deal of entertainment in restyling our characters for the game. So there are our sort of tools and our shout outs for this evening. I also want to remind everyone that we are on Twitch, so you can catch us on our schedule, which I think at the minute, again, granted this will be a few weeks behind that, we are still Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. I'm sure the guys will correct me on that in a minute if that's wrong. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Twitter as well. And other than that, I also want to talk about Battle Bards and our little affiliation with them now. So we are very proud to be affiliates of Battle Bards. That's where we get the majority of our sound effects and musical effects from. So if you want to enhance your game and you want a cheeky little discount, then head over to Battle Bards, enter the voucher code Malt and Magic, all lowercase, all one word, and you can get a little cheeky discount. Other than that, let's get on with it.
Let's just clarify, when are we on Twitch, Matt? All of the days?
I don't know.
Eh?
I don't handle the Twitch stream. That's down to Mr. Social.
Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, until we go live on Mondays. Keep your eyes peeled for that.
Wednesday. Indeed. So get ready to
We're on Twitch.
that
We're
out.
on Twitch. We're on Twitch between Monday and Sunday at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Twitch 3 times a week at some point. Fuck off. Right, so last week was a lot more RP focused, with finally getting back to the Maltmaster's Keep after a brief encounter with a wyvern, however you want to pronounce that, and an interesting encounter with a wolf for Bothrid. Eventually made it back to the Maltmaster's Keep, as I said, after a long conversation where some of the bonds that were previously garnered between the party and the Maltmasters were tested. A little bit of distrust crept into the party between their would-be masters or would-be leaders, but things calmed down, and eventually the group were given a key to a house on the outskirts of the keep itself. Of the actual main keep, not the castle. And that's a very quick nutshell, or very quick run through from last week, but we left off with the characters going to their various rooms for a long rest, and Kirik creating a ritual circle, placing the scroll of legend lore within that circle. And that's where we left it. So we begin straight away with you, Kirik, and the spell. So, have you placed the item down yet?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I have.
So, out of your bag, you took a blade and placed it on the floor. A familiar blade to the party. Well, they're there in the room right now, but they're not, so I'm going to ignore them. And you cast Legend Lore as a ritual spell, basically using the scroll. For the sake of this, make me an Arcana check, please.
8.
With advantage, I should have said.
21.
Fair enough. So, as you cast the spell, the writings of the spell on the scroll dissolve away. And in its place, almost as if an invisible quill was scratching into the parchment, words begin to form. And then the ritual circle itself lights up, and there is a purplish glow within the room now. The scroll lifts as these words are forming and sort of hovers in front of your face, and as the words are being written, you can hear in your mind the words now written onto the scroll. They read, "Once the blade of a fiend from the Shadowfell, vanquished by a great wizard, the fiend was bound within the sword. In doing so, the fiend's bloodlust cursed the blade. Eventually, the blade seeks to take in enough blood for the fiend to take form once more. Those who touch the blade seek not to part from it, for they must sate the bloodlust or be fed on themselves."
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And as you now understand that, the parchment itself begins to slowly sink to the floor. And as it sinks, and as you take that message in, the parchment itself then just, in a flash of purple fire, disappears. And the ritual circle goes quiet once more.
Okay. I'm going to take a moment and I will pick the sword up and put it back in my bag. Being careful to not really touch the blade or grabbing it by the blade, but the blunt side of it. I don't want to touch the hilt. Yeah, and then just put it back in the bag.
Make me a sleight of hand check, please.
Sure, 8.
8. So even as you reach down to the blade and attempt to grab the blunt end, the blade itself shifts slightly, almost by some invisible force, and your hand briefly touches the hilt. And in your mind, you get a flash of fire and blood. And then you're able to grasp the blunt edge of the sword, place it into your bag with no other effects.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go outside. I think the other guys were outside, so I'll go and check on them.
Okay.
There's me pretending to be.
I'm going to ask the both of you to make me a perception check, please.
Ooh, first roll of the night.
16.
17.
16? 17. So both of you sort of notice this strange purplish glow come from upstairs, as it was quite bright. And a couple of minutes later, Kirik returns downstairs to where you're all just sort of sat in the kitchen lounge area of the house.
You dropped something up there, Kirik.
Yes, I was trying to just get myself accommodated in the room. I put some incense on. And I was just trying something out.
That was bloody bright.
Can I? Firework incense. Can I see if I think he's lying?
Make me an insight check. Kirik, make me a deception check, please.
I'm not very good at insight.
Not very good at
18
deception.
though. 18 though.
19.
I'll take it.
19.
Bastard.
Oh, damn.
19 on the
Fucking hell, that's
dice.
some
So I'll
crazy
say with that,
incense
Andy,
you've
you
got there,
plus
have
Kirik.
your
zero.
suspicions. You have your suspicions, but having not had any other reason to distrust Kirik so far, you'll let it pass.
What now, gentlemen?
Well, I think they were a little cold in that meeting. I know we didn't go in all hug a bear and all that lot, but
No, we did poke the bear, if anything.
yeah, I still think that they know more than they are telling us, but maybe I'm just suspicious. So maybe that's all it is. I mean, crikey, it's been a hell of a road, and God knows what we're going to see on the way down. I was, however, wondering if one of them would know what the sword is. You know, the sword that you so delightfully carried around for you for a while, Ander. Didn't know whether you could shed a light on it.
I'd be worried if they touched it, they would come under its effect.
Yeah, but I
wouldn't want to wish that on anyone.
I thought that what Kirik did finished it off. I mean, it
Well, yeah, that's true.
separated the
That's
connection
true.
with you, so I would have thought it's just a blade. Nah.
Would you say
Afraid
it was
it
safe
might-
to examine, Kirik?
Might be a bit too powerful for a simple spell to dispel it. I think we definitely ought to have some more investigation of it. Maybe perhaps if the Malt Master's Keep allows us to use their facilities, their libraries. I think they mentioned, didn't they mention last time that they would allow us to do that? Can't remember.
Yes, I must admit we did ignore their archives last time we were here. Like we said, we're not much for reading.
Yeah, well-
but, I think we might have to change that now we're here.
I've only ever used books for hitting people around the head and burning them, so that's your lot.
That's fair. I think we should rest, and tomorrow there's a couple of things we could do. We could, I could prepare myself, and perhaps there's a chance I can help. What's his name? Thelania's husband.
Oh,
What's
Nathan. Do you
Thelania's-
think you can help him?
Nathan.
Oh, that's sweet.
Can try. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to
At
go and
least-
see him in the morning.
at least we can get some information about what is affecting him.
Yeah. We need
Have you
to know
got
as much
a
about the
spell?
Eladrin as possible.
Maybe you could prepare a spell to remove the stick from the snooty elven's arse.
I'm afraid that spell is yet to be invented.
Yeah, there's no magic powerful enough to remove that, I'm afraid, Ander.
It's true.
Well, look, we still need to know more about the Eladrin, so yeah, fair play. Not only do I want to look out, see what's up with Nathan, but if we can find out why and how he got into such trouble, it'll give us a bit of an understanding. I also
Yes.
think that we should, as much as I love running into battles, maybe we don't go to the Eladrin straight away, like they said. They did warn us off, and I'm ashamed to say that I think they're probably right. Let's go and find out more information about the prophecy and about him.
Yes, and maybe even see what we can find out about Deluin, where the Elf Guard came to see me. Anything about that town, or I know the Malt Masters wanted us to visit Scalin, or I can't remember how they
Yeah,
pronounced it, but they said there were some disturbances.
Yeah, some disturbances outside the keep. I have to say, if there are, and it gives us favour with anyone nearby, including the Malt Masters, maybe a little downtime of chopping things heads off is going to be good for all of us.
And the running theme of most disturbances leading back to the Eladrin himself. It may provide us clues or a hostage we can interrogate or something.
Even if not, we just want to make sure that we've got somewhere we can come back to that's nice and safe. And we may well be the only ones who look after it.
Even better than all of that, we may even get a reward. A financial reward.
You have on my interest.
Kirik? We all know you need fancy jewels and money for your elaborate spells.
That is true. I will probably follow you up on that, and I'll probably want to visit the shop as well. There is.
Yeah. You definitely want to go and see him. He's a legend.
If you want to haggle, though, Mephisto's a wily old fox, so play your best undercard.
I'll just bring you with me.
I was wondering whether he might be able to identify that hand axe I got in Seameat.
That's a good idea.
From what I understand, it may or may not be more than just a simple hand axe. So,
or even the archives of the Malt Masters Keep, you might know.
They may do, but we'll go shopping first, eh?
I remember when we first met, Ander, you had a skull of some kind that you wanted to get.
Yes. God, that is somewhere deep in my bag of holding. Yes, it's underneath all of the jewels. I would imagine that is a really good prompt. It might be worth some money, or it might be a clue. Also, I keep forgetting we've got this. There with me, and I reach into my bag of holding and I pull out that block of resin with the purpley blue veins. We still have this mystery to solve.
Yeah.
When I pull it out of my bag, does it do anything?
It explodes.
No.
Okay.
Instant
I
death.
bang it on the table. Does anything happen?
You take a little bit of a chunk out of the wooden table.
I lick it. Does anything happen?
Tom goes no.
Is it like licking a frog and I get off my tits?
It's kind of like licking a battery. In fact, you do get a sort of tingling sensation on your tongue.
Oh, dagon, try this. Dirty bastard, that was the same side I licked.
Dagon too feels that.
Oh, that's like when I do my thunder wave. That.
You instantly receive, both of you instantly receive sort of carrier pigeons through the door with a notice saying you must now quarantine yourselves for 14 days.
No one is safe. Not even Lylin.
Let's hope the
Anyway.
track and trace pigeons are better than the current app. So,
Oh, beautiful.
Anyway, enough about COVID. Back into our fantasy world.
Yeah, so shopping, that's a good start. If you've got any more questions for the Malt Masters, I'm sure we could find one of them. I know I know one of them's more cheery, so maybe we could find him and ask him. And then I'm not averse to a bit of a sort of downtime from what we're doing and go and smash some heads in some woods, hopefully.
yeah. The Cooper's always been good to us. He's always
That's
been
the
open,
one.
I feel.
Yeah.
So he might be one to speak to as well.
Yeah, sounds good.
Especially as he is your kin, Kirik, he might even open up more to you than he has to us already.
True. He seemed quite friendly.
I don't mean to seem vain, guys, but I also would like a small change of outfit if Mephisto's got the right goods, or if we can pop down to the village to find some more. So we'll see what we can get.
Are you hoping
yes.
to join the Scale Mail Armour crew? The same as me and Kirik?
This armour's keeping well. I just would like something a little more fitting, something else. Something over the top, maybe.
You can get something adorned with Palor's symbol. That could be quite.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. I know you.
Yeah.
I'm actually heading to the temple tomorrow morning. If you wish to join, they seem to have a variety of deities in there. I'm sure that we can both find.
I wouldn't be averse to learning the normal ways of communicating with your with a deity. I realise that in our travels it's rather new to me, so maybe I shall accompany you with that. Not too early, mind. Not too early. He is, after all, the sun god, so I would like to make sure that the sun's up before we go. Nothing to do with having a lie-in. Nothing at all.
Well, just wake me and Bothrid up when you get back, so I'd rather sleep past dawn if I could, thank you. A comfy bed has been long overdue.
Bothrid chimes up and goes, "Me too visit temple in morning." Things
Feel
I
left
must
out.
do.
Guess we'll make us some breakfast, Ender.
Yeah.
No, I'll stay asleep.
I wonder, guys.
Okay, anything?
What did you think of Timiel's information as we left about when the bloody hell am I going to get Dawnbringer back?
You've been bitter about this since we left.
I bloody
I
have.
really do. I really do think
Have you noticed?
that it said an hour of need, and we've had plenty of them, in my opinion. So I think you're going to have to be on death's door for her to turn up.
I could send them a message and ask how the progress is doing.
I won't mind. The trouble is, I don't know whether I should just go, "And hey, Dawnbringer," and I'm like cutting open a letter, like wonk, or whether it's outside of my control, and maybe.
Have you tried calling her back to you?
Can't remember. Maybe I should try that.
Try it now.
Oh, alright then. You might want to duck under. So I will put my hand out and I will say, "Dawnbringer, return to me if you can." And light.
If we waited in real time for her to turn up, we'd be here a while.
Anything happening, boys? Anything? Can you hear it? Anything at all?
I don't hear anything.
No.
Oh, I heard something. What was that?
Where you had
was-
usually felt something within the core of yourself, which was that connection to Dawnbringer, you no longer feel anything. And now you think on it, you've not felt anything since you handed Dawnbringer in.
No. Oh, balls. Not a lot's happening, boys.
She will return to you one day, I'm sure.
I tell you one thing. I will try. I'll try it before we go to bed. I was able to get Dawnbringer 2 returned to me when we were in the field, and I would like to know if I can do that with other weapons. So before we all head to bed, I'll try it tonight. See what happens.
It's a good move for your arsenal, that's for sure.
Especially with the hand axes, I've not been accustomed to using them very much, but I think that would help.
Yes. Hey, your new axe might be a boomerang axe. That could be cool.
Well, should I try it, or should I wait to see what it is first?
Maybe find out what it is first. You don't want to throw it and it's gone.
Yeah. Sounds good. Alright, I'll do it tomorrow then.
Okay. And if you don't mind, gentlemen, I think... What time is it, actually? Is it bedtime?
At this point, it is, yeah, it's sort of getting towards late evening. The sun has long descended. If you were to step outside, there is a very bitter cold feeling, not only from the height, the altitude that you're at, but also just generally. There's a wintry feeling on the air.
If you don't mind, gentlemen, I think I'm going to retire for the evening.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll see you in the morning.
We'll see you in the morning, Ender.
Thank you. Good evening. I would like to go to my room and just sort of play my pan flute to myself as a form of relaxation. So I'm still pretty hit up by the Malt Master's conversation, and like I've said before, I'm not a fan of that elven woman. It might be some prejudice from my youth, but she got me back up, so I want to try and chill out with my pan flute.
Maybe a performance check, please.
$13.
Still not as polished as you would like.
Must practice more.
The frustration of it not being as perfect as you want does take away any feelings of ill will towards the Malt Masters, any of the stresses of the last couple of days, and you do feel a weight sort of leave your shoulders as you are now safe behind four walls, away from the terrors and the horrors, challenges that you've faced over the last month or so.
I'll take my gear off and go to bed then.
You rest your head. Bothrid has already gone and got his head down. Kirik, anything else you would like to do?
Yes, but I shall go to my bedroom as well. I'll say goodnight to Dargon and head up. Once I get in, I light a little bit of incense just on the side of the bed, and before I take my armor off, a couple of things I want to do. First, just for fun, I want to use the armor's ability, charge, to try and... I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to try and focus on the slight bitterness and coldness of the armor, and I will try to discern if there is a silver dragon within 30 miles of us. Just for fun.
Now has to count how far 30 miles is.
Yes, I do.
What are you going to do if he comes back and he's like, yes, there's 25 within a 30-mile radius?
I think it only sees the closest silver dragon, yeah, so...
You do not detect any silver dragons within 30 miles.
That's good. Cool. Then I take my armor off.
31 miles away.
30 miles and a half. Then I will kind of take my armor off, get ready for bed, and just before I get into bed, I'm going to cast Sending to Timael. And I will say... Sending. Yeah. Timael, it's Kirik. We're wondering if Dawnbringer is coming along, I've learned about the Moonblade. Do you think you could destroy it?
We've got 2 words left if you want to do anything else. That's it. Cool.
Do do.
Thank you. There you go.
There we go, thank you. And almost, not quite instantaneously, a couple of moments pass, and you get back. When the time is right, I will deliver her. Regarding the other blade, I will need more information.
Okay. I don't have more sendings today, so he'll have to wait. Cool.
And with that, the final message will be perhaps another form of communication is needed, and that's 25 words.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. Then I'll kind of sit on my bed, and I'm about to kind of like fall to bed, but then just as a last minute thing, I get up and go to my components pouch. I take out a little bit of fur from a bloodhound, and I will kind of place it in my hand, start kind of mixing it, rubbing it in the palm of my hand, and I'm going to attempt to cast Locate Creature. And I want to see if the Eladrin is within range of the spell, which is 1,000 feet, so probably not, but still
Full
worth
CSI
it.
tonight.
You don't detect any trace of the Eladrin whatsoever.
Thank fuck.
Yeah.
You don't detect any Eladrin nearby, as it's a specific creature. Oh no, a specific creature known to you, or the nearest creature of a specific kind. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. No trace of the Eladrin.
Awesome. In that case, I will rest more easily, and I will fall asleep.
Cool. Dalgon.
I head up to my room. I will take off my armor for the first time in God knows how long, and I will actually
It actually sticks a little bit.
Yeah.
You have to needs a good oiling and cleaning.
Well, yeah. So, realizing I don't have anything to actually do that, I do wipe it down with a cloth or something, and then think of actually buying that tomorrow.
Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it. Yeah, no, it's I can just go straight to bed after that. Eager to get on with tomorrow morning.
Doffs his armour and then collapses on the bed. House shakes a little bit, and you sleep. And for the first time in a very long time, the 4 of you have a peaceful, restful evening. That feeling of safety, being within the Maltmaster's Keep and in England to yourself. The best night's sleep you've had in a very long time, to the point where as the sun rises and begins to shine in through the windows, those of you that do choose to wake feel perfectly refreshed. A little bit hungry, but genuinely healthy, happier, more secure. So who is waking up? Bothrid will wake and he will make his way downstairs. And rolls over, pulls the covers over his head, continues to go absolutely.
I wake up with the sunlight shining into the room, and that's a good question. I don't put the armour on this morning as I'm going out to the temple. So I don whatever clothing I have with, alongside the armour, but not that. I do grab a hand axe and a sword, and I do walk out to the temple.
Okay. So you head downstairs. See Bothrid sat. He too carries no weapons. No, sorry, he carries no weapons today. But still bears his Chimera's lion's head cloak on him. Has his coin purse at his side, which at the minute is bulging nicely, thanks to some generosity from you guys. Kirik.
Yes. I will wake up, and I will. I won't put my armor on for today, and I will simply make my way downstairs and see if anyone is around. And if no one is, I will follow my way to the temple straight away.
And as you go down, the three of you have almost woken in unison somewhat. All of you having taken a similar idea this morning, to go lightly armed and a bit more comfortable. And as you leave the house, you immediately turn left out the door and make the very short journey up the path to the temple. As you approach the temple itself, there is a sort of square stone platform, if you like, with stairs leading up to it, where this then circular dome of the temple forms. On the outside are 12 statues, each representing a different deity. There are 4 doors, or 4 entrances, sort of the cardinal points of the temple. And you enter through the nearest one. And as you enter, the walls of the temple are divided into 12. Each section represents one of these deities. Another statue, sometimes maybe a pool of water, other forms of offering depending on the deity, or other forms of statue and structure depending on the deity. But as I say, there's these 12 segments, almost like a clock, organised around this temple.
Interesting. That's cool.
Dargon goes to the section. You were saying it was like segmented with all like the different gods and stuff. So he will seek out the one with the that he thinks is Palor, looking for the symbol that he knows well now on his chest, and will kneel down in that segment.
So hold there just a second.
Yeah.
As you step forward further into the temple, a singular robed figure stands up from beside the door, sort of face fully covered, hands sort of across their body in these huge great long sleeves, and they bow their head to you and then speak in an almost whisper. How can the Temple of the 12 be of service to you?
I wish to meditate and commune with Palor.
So your brand would say. Seek out the symbol of the sun. And not necessarily a hand, but a very long sleeve, sort of drooping sleeve, just sort of indicates you to one segment where you see a golden sun ball emblazoned on the wall, and beneath it a bowl where it's divided in two, half with what looks like very fine, well manicured little bit of grass, on the other side a little pool of water. Below, around this sort of basin, if you want to call it that, when I go back to my OneNote, there are candles placed. Some fat, some little, some big, some small, all burning by this basin. And there is a rug which comes away from the basin, again with this gold, bright, 8-pointed star logo emblazoned on the rug.
So I'll kneel down next to on the rug, pointing towards the bowl and the candles. Put my hands on my knees, facing forward. I close my eyes, and I'm not actually going to talk or pray or anything. I'm simply trying to connect and quiet my mind to be in more of a to be calmer from everything that's happened recently, to know that sun and sunlight have definitely been helpful to me more recently, and to just try and quieten and calm my mind so that I can be a better fighter, in the name of Palor, but just to be more, therefore, of an efficient fighter with the new gifts that I've got, instead of just the blunt hammer that I used to be. And that's all just it's all just in my head. It's not a prayer to Palor to help to do that. It's more of knowing now that this is a position, a role that I'm attempting to fulfill.
So you use the time, the silence, but also just the fact that this area is dedicated to Palor, to focus yourself internally. Think on the gifts that you have been given and feel confidence in those gifts. Understand the flow of energy that now flows through you, and you feel sort of now the slightest of warmth, or slightest bit of warmth coming from the brand.
Cool.
And you probably spend about 10 minutes, 15 minutes doing this, and you do feel a lot calmer. You think back on the things you've been told by Palor in the past, the interactions you've had, the gifts you have used, the gifts you have yet to use, those that you know are within you. You begin to just tease out more details by focusing internally of the power that now is bestowed upon you. And after about 10 or 15 minutes, you see another monk-like figure come over, and they pull out some golden scissors, shears, and they snip a single blade of blade of grass, and they come and they place it before you. They turn, they dip their fingers into the water, and as you kneel, they draw an 8-pointed star on your head with the water. And around their neck, you see a medallion of that 8-pointed star. The blessing of Palor be with you.
And you.
And they bow their head and they step back.
At that point, I get back up to my feet and I walk slowly out of the temple.
As you turn, the monk steps forward, places his hand on your shoulder, bends down, picks up the blade of grass, places it in your hand, closes your palm, and then pushes you out.
Cool. Slightly befuddled with everything that's just happened, he sits outside the temple, waiting for the other two.
Okay. Kirik.
After I see Dargon go into the section for Palo, I want to move around to the section for the Raven Queen, and I want to make my way inside.
So as you see this section, it is darker than the rest. On the wall for this one there is a white humanoid mask that is framed in these black raven feathers. Instead of a basin, there is an area where the floor has been removed and dirt is on the floor in a little mound. There are candles around, but there are also feathers dug into the dirt in various places.
I want to make my way to the kind of square with the earth. I want to kneel down there.
Okay.
And after I take a few moments to myself, I reach to my bag and I pick up the 3 roses that Bothrid made for me back in Seameat. I will take my censer kind of box. I will light a little bit of incense, and with the incense I will also burn the roses. And as I do that, I want to ritual cast divination.
Okay.
What's the name of the guy that we're trying to save? Sorry. Thelania's husband?
Nathan.
Nathan. Cool. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to let the incense and the smell of the burnt roses involve me, and once I feel her presence, I'm going to ask my one question. I'm going to cast. I'm going to say, do I have the power to save Nathan?
It takes a minute or two for the incense and the rose and the general area to sort of overtake your senses, and you find your mind transported into darkness. And out of the darkness, as there's just the faintest, almost like moonlight, and before you stands the robed figure, feathers adorning the white mask, hands clasped before her, pale. Nathan has a task before him beyond the veil. I do not let my champions pass so easily. Do not worry yourself on this. He will return to you shortly. She steps
as that
forward
happens.
and places a hand just on your shoulder, and as she does, you feel that icy cold of death creep through you. The familiar feel of death doesn't bring a shudder to you, as you are so familiar with it. You have my thanks for Eastvale. Go and guard the veil with my blessing. And she
I'll
steps
do my
back.
best. Cool. In that, I will just stay there for another couple of minutes, and then eventually get up and make my way out.
Okay.
Do I see a chapel for Moradin here?
You do.
Is there a figure of authority that I can kind of identify, either like a priest or a monk or something?
What you now notice as you look at the 12 areas is that there is a single robed figure for each area, all dressed slightly differently, albeit similarly. For example, the Acolyte of Palor is in cream robes with this golden medallion. As you now turn and look back at the area for the Raven Queen, there is a black robed figure that wears a familiar white mask. As you look towards the area for Moradin, there is a grey robed character, hood back, long flowing grey hair, long greyish silver beard, with a hammer emblazoned on their chest.
I want to kind of approach them, if possible.
And as you do, you find they are not quite as tall as you. In fact, they are relatively short, as you now recognise that this monk is actually a dwarven monk. And they look at you with a little bit of a sceptical look, having seen you just go over to the Raven Queen's area.
Good morning, my friend. I have found something I've came upon something on my travels that I think might be of interest to you. I see no use in this. Something belonging to your deity should remain with them, and I will pick up the chalice that we picked up at the lighthouse, and I will hand it to them.
And they take it, they study it for a second. My thanks. Decent of you. Be well, friend. And he turns,
You too.
and he carries the, what do we say it was?
Chalice.
Chalice, thank you.
I heard the word phallus.
Takes the chalice.
When you said that.
Takes the chalice very reverently and places it in front of a huge, great stone hammer. And it just sits there in the area for Moradin. He just places it, bows his head, places his hands on his heart, turns, nods to you as you leave. As you leave, you turn and you see that Bothrid has approached an area where there is a tree that grows. but the tree grows in such a way that it looks almost like a shepherd's crook. And then this ring of vines and flowers sort of circles the actual hooked end of the crook. He sits on the floor, and the area of the floor is actually grass and flowers and plants. And as he sits, his hands just rest on the floor in front of him, his eyes are closed, and you can see little daisies just popping up around his hands.
That's cool.
And he probably sits there for another minute or so, and then he takes his hands away and blossom just begins to fall in the air. He stands. He almost kisses the floor as he kneels back down, stands up, turns, and with a spring in his step begins to make his way and exits out. Sees the two of you outside, takes a big deep breath. Today is a good day.
I'm glad you think so. Then I turned to Dagon and said, "Did you find what you were looking for?"
I didn't really know if there was anything to find. I just wanted a bit of quiet in my mind after all that's been going on. Still think there's more I need to know and learn about Paylor, but life's a journey, and for now, just need to be calm in myself.
Indeed. Well, looks like you're looking for something.
Yeah.
Well,
You'll have to let me know what it is someday.
no, I think you'll know when you see it.
I know what I'm looking for at the moment. Breakfast.
Indeed, I'm sure Anders got a big banquet awaiting our arrival.
Ever the optimist, are you, Kirit?
Of course, I live in hope.
And you all begin to make your short way back to the house. As you enter the house, it is silent. The fire stands still, cooking pot empty. In fact, as you just gently hear, you can sort of hear
I would assume as a tall Goliath that the ceiling's not that far from my head.
Actually, these houses are built to withstand people of varying heights, so they have built to purpose anyone really. So the ceilings are very high.
Alright.
However, you can reach the ceiling.
Cool. Well, I'll bring out my hand axe. On the blunt end, I'm just going to smack the ceiling 3 times. Just go, "Oi, Anna! Breakfast!"
What's happened?
You, get your lazy bones up.
No one ever done.
Breakfast.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm talking to myself. I think Dagon's made me breakfast. And then I'll go for a piss first, because obviously I've been asleep for a long time.
So you make use of the chamber pots, and then
that awkward
as
wheelie
you
with
would the
morning
chamber
glory,
pot,
we all know what we're
just
talking about.
chuck it out the window behind you.
In the meantime, I do try and start boiling some water for a hot drink in the morning. Tea, coffee, whatever provisions there may or may not be in the house.
Excellent. So you do find a water pail, if you want, not even a pail, it's just like a stone basin. It's filled with water. As you test it, you notice it's fresh water. Somehow they've managed to get a supply of fresh water into the house. You take that over, sort of start the fire, put it into a pot over the fire, and begin to boil the water.
Cool. What? Making tea for everyone.
Cool, so you take out some of the tea leaves that you'd previously got from one of the tavern owners.
Yeah.
And sort of sprinkle it in, stew the tea, and at this point, Andy, you can smell sort of that smell of tea and the herbal smell coming from down below. And it smells good. It's fresh, it's good, it's homemade.
I rush downstairs, I've just got me whatever my version of pyjamas are. And just rush down the stairs to see everyone. Is a cup of that for me?
Aye. I'll slide it over the table.
You're a good man. I'll take a little sip.
Bothrid too sits there. Bothrid is very content. He takes the cup. Sleep well under.
Like a log. I don't think I've ever slept so good in my whole life.
Was a good night. Be a good day.
Did you have fun praying or whatever you were doing?
Not so much prayer, but post prayer, right word. Was good.
Good.
Yeah, what he said.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this religious stuff. Did you have a good conversation? Did they speak, give you advice? I'm not quite sure how it works.
Oh yeah, we had a good old tea party. I mean, there was crackers and there was wine, there was ale. It was quite good actually. You should come along sometime.
I thought you said crack. I was like, yes, I'll be involved. I was up for a bit of crack.
What is crack?
It is a thieves' cant for party powder.
Party powder.
Which is also thieves' cant.
Don't make
strange one
invent
under.
crack.
Party powder is like it's like a herb that makes you have a good time. And the bards are playing music.
Oh.
I haven't touched it in years, mind.
Like
Judgy eyes around the room.
like special mushrooms.
Yes, exactly like special mushrooms.
In powder form.
Good man. Yes.
Oh god,
Interesting.
Bothrid's going to get a fucking addict. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
If you can find any of those mushrooms on our travels, Bothrid, we'll stitch Kirik up with some when he's not looking.
Hey, you already
No
had
need
some
to
of that
find
good stuff in
and
the
make.
tent.
Guess I'll have purified food and drink always prepared now.
Oh, brilliant. Right.
Good stuff. So what else are we doing on this fine morning?
Well, I think we go and see Mephisto first off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He served us well last time.
Very, very curious. You've been talking about him for quite a while now.
Yeah, it'd be good fun.
Oh, Dargon, by the way, I sent a message to Timael last night. I'm afraid it wasn't terribly useful. I asked him when Dawnbringer would be complete. He simply replied with, "When the time is right, I will deliver her." So, I'm afraid I can't help much more.
Yeah. Well, it seems patience is a virtue I've yet to receive. But seems I'll have to just wait. Thank you for contacting them, though. Much appreciated.
No, it's no problem.
Friends have request.
All right.
Yes, Bothrid.
Could I go to shop with you? Would like to buy something.
Of course.
Yeah, it would be our honour, Bothrid, if you joined us.
Can't hear you, Danny.
Can't hear you, Danny.
Cock it. For context, Kirik, Mephisto is where we bought Bothrid his javelin of lightning, so I'm thinking he might want to procure himself a replacement.
Would like to try. Can give Kirik mace back.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Well,
So we'll say then
nice.
prepare a nice hearty breakfast, feed yourselves, and prepare to leave. And with that, we will take a short break.
Nice.
Cool. So, while we're taking a quick pause, I would like to invite you to call out any whiskies. Seeing as we are Malt and Magic, we need to put a bit more of a focus back onto the malt aspect. So, if anybody's had a nice one this week or has enjoyed one tonight, shout it out. I'm currently drinking a 16-year-old Lagavulin Isla malt. Nice bit of peat, but it's very palatable.
I was drinking. It's gone, and mine don't last too long. You make yours last way too long, man. Mine was a 10-year-old
I've just got a cupboard full,
Fine
mate.
Oak Glen Murray, but that I'll need a new one for next week because it'll soon be gone.
Nice.
Yeah, no, my still my absolute favourite. I think I had it. Can't remember when it was. A couple weeks ago. Love my Glen Scotia. So that's my favourite. So I think I had that one more recently. Yeah.
And I'm still getting initiated on the whole
What was that stuff we
whiskey things.
What was that stuff we were drinking a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, that
The
was
Portuguese.
it was like it was like a rum kind of drink, but just kind of like distilled twice, really alcoholic and bad for your liver.
It was
who cares?
lovely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I shall certainly. Next time I find that, I'll definitely be getting some. That's for damn sure. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Well, there you go. There's
Gonna
your,
get
there's
delivery.
your molten alcoholic section for this evening. But back to the story. You've had your breakfasts, and you now make your way across to Mephisto's magical menagerie. And you have to walk out back into the main courtyard of the Maltmaster's Keep, and then you turn into the familiar doorway for Ander and Dargon. And as you step in, Kirik and Bothrid are both taken aback somewhat, as from the outside this building is a certain size. As you step in, however, that size expands rapidly. Proper
Big on the
TARDIS
inside.
effect. There are shelves upon shelves upon shelves of different items. There seems to be rooms and alcoves and various bits that go off, but in the centre in front of you is this counter which sort of bars your way from entering further into the room. And as you open the door, there is a slight chime that goes off, and then you hear what sounds like hooves on a wooden floor. And around the corner, a familiar figure appears to Ander and Dargon. Ah yes, boys. Wondered when I'd be seeing you.
Glad to be
New
back.
friends?
Yes.
Hi, this is
plenty
Kirik
of
and
coin.
this is Bothrid. We are all here to spend a lot of money.
Well, that is music to my ears, boys. A pleasure, Kirik and Bothrid. I'm Mephisto, the owner of this fine establishment. So, well, let's not beat around the bush, shall we? How can I help you?
But actually, a very quick one before we get to the old purchasing of some goods. Do you are you able to identify certain things, certain items? We've got a lot of things along the way.
For a fee, of course.
Mephisto, I wouldn't expect anything less from you. So I pull out the
One
hand
must
axe.
earn one's coin.
I'll pull out
Okay.
the hand axe and say, Bought this for quite recently. Looked a very nice piece, but not much known about it. Is there anything hidden? Anything I should know about? Or is this just a very lovely hand axe?
Well,
I believe in giant on the
identified.
side it says wind.
indeed.
Uh,
Well, to identify this, it will be 5 gold, of course.
How convenient.
yeah, right.
What's the
Very well.
race of this individual?
Would you like to make a nature check, please?
Oh yeah, sure. Bear with. Nature check. That is a 10.
Oh.
So you sort of look. Mephisto himself stands quite high, but yet his torso, which is above the sort of bar, doesn't seem quite in proportion for that height. And you sort of lean over a little bit, which the other guys have not chosen to do yet. And as you lean over, you see the humanoid torso, long flowing hair, and then you see this, what can only be described as a horse's body. So yes, you see sort of a very simple leather and hide wrapped torso, sort of proper travelling clothes or a sort of adventuring clothes, and then you see the body of a chestnut horse, with sort of a goldish blonde type blaze, if you like, to the front legs, and a familiar colour on the tail. You also see a rope bound on a belt to the side of Mephisto, and a hammer, just a small sort of workman's hammer.
Nice. Cool.
So he takes the hand axe from you, Dargon, takes the 5 gold, sort of slides it under the counter, and just holds his hand over the hand axe for a moment. Closes his eyes, and you see sort of a glow beneath his hand. And concentrates for a minute. Interesting. Wind indeed. It would appear that your axe is has certain properties. Not only allows you to throw it as fast as the wind, but I suspect there will be other properties as well when you hit something. You yourself may be able to move with the wind, if you like. So now you've identified that, I will be just tweaking your equipment.
7'8" Goliath is now going to be able to move quicker.
Human missile.
Train.
Well, you'll see in a minute. I refresh.
I'll
There we
just get out my my very medieval list.
So you now have a new item in your inventory
Nice.
That's,
you can have a look at.
thinking in my head that it seemed to work quite well for Dargon. I would like to pull out the polished stone skull that Kirik so kindly reminded me of, that I had not forgot about, and the black block of resiny stuff with the purpley blue veins. Maybe you will have more luck than me in identifying these strange items, if you'd be so kind, Mephisto. I'd recommend licking that one on the left.
Well, I don't need to lick it. I am familiar with this material. Found only in this land. It is carved from certain meteorites that fall. But these only fall during some of the strange magical events that occur. It is known as Wrathstrike, or Wrathstrike metal.
Okay.
Has certain magical properties.
Go on.
Well, I've seen it used in doors. In fact, I've fashioned doors out of it. For if you make the door and the key out of the same block, then only in that key can unlock the door. Nothing else. No spells, no nothing. Only the key.
You've been to Sea Meat before then?
Can't say I have.
Oh.
Well, our friend Dagon's kind of give the game away there. We have... I procured this material whilst investigating a place in Sea Meat which had a door and key of the same material. You say Wrathstrike?
Yes, this place wouldn't be a particular lighthouse in that small little village, would it?
Might have been.
It wasn't.
Yes, I figured as much. I had heard as much. So, sorry, Andy, you were saying.
I'm just thinking back in the Malt Master's Keep. There was a new item on the map called Wrathstrike. I'm assuming there was a recent meteor shower, or.
Indeed, one such strike occurred not 2 days, 2 evenings past now. Yes, I'm sure it's been plundered already, but the Malt Masters did see fit to send an emissary out to survey the site and hopefully bring back some of this precious material. It is very rare. You are lucky to have found such a block. Tell me, care you to sell it?
Make me an offer.
And
only if you promise not to sell it on to some horrible folk.
I do not sell to horrible folk.
I beg your pardon.
We're going off topic. Let's not
Friends.
derail the potential discounts. I'll go on.
Well,
Make me an offer.
I feel a little bit insulted that you would think I would sell to bandits and brigands, but...
Not bandits
You've
and
sold to
brigands.
me.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you did sell
you
to
are
him.
you are a special case, under that is for certain.
Truer words.
Indeed.
Yes, special case indeed. So, this block, let us put that to the side for a second. And we'll see what trade we can perhaps do, depending on what it is you wish to purchase.
You speak in my language. Now, the skull. What say you about this?
And he picks it up and he studies it. Interesting. I'm sure you've noticed the worn away horns on the other side here.
You what?
Yeah, totally. 100%.
Well, it appears to be that of a tiefling, as I say, with the horns worn down. Where did you find such a thing?
That's a bloody good question. I found it down a well, believe it or not. Don't ask me what I was doing down the well.
You do get
That's
yourself
for me to
into
know.
very strange places.
Yes. Yes, I do. And weird positions.
What was
that's
it
a story
doing
for another
in
time.
that well?
We was actually, in the spirit of honesty, we were actually trying to save the town of Greenflower from a monster or creature they were sacrificing offerings to, and just I hope my bloody notes are correct. And after vanquishing this beast, we found the skull. No, I'm starting to doubt myself now. Was it down the well, everyone?
Yeah, it was.
Thank you for that. Yes. So after vanquishing the beast, back in character. After vanquishing the beast, I found this skull and I couldn't help take it. So that's all I know.
Such is your nature. Well, there is magic about it, but beyond my capabilities, I'm afraid. Almost seems beyond this world. There's something foreign about this.
This world is beyond this world, isn't it?
You make a valid point, Dara.
I think all. Brains up here.
Indeed. Well, friends, come on. You're not here to simply chit-chat, I'm sure.
Do you
How can Mephisto be of service?
what do you have in the line of clothing in particular? Something along the lines of a rather regal cape, shoulder cape, or similar.
Cape. I trust purely for aesthetics and not for any particular effects.
Well, I mean, if it does more than just look pretty, I'll be interested, but that's all I'm looking for, I have to admit.
Well, you know me by now, Dargon. I can make things more than they are, if that is what you wish. But yes, I think I can probably find you a shoulder cape, you say?
Yeah, something, well, decent long cape, just something that also just drapes over one shoulder.
Bear with me. And he sort of trots off, and you hear the hooves sort of disappear into the distance.
Andrew, I'm surprised you're not asking if he's already got a crown or anything.
I'm a modest man, Dagon, you know that.
Yeah, right.
And then the hooves sort of slowly come back, and sort of over his shoulder there is this blue, very deep navy blue sort of material, and lays it down. I think this should fit a man of your size. Well, can wrap around your body, but will certainly attach on one shoulder and hang down. That's what you need?
Sounds good. Lovely.
Very well. Well, for such a fine piece of clothing, yes, I can certainly let that go for 10 gold.
Fabulous. Have you also got any equipment to keep armour good? Oils and polishing kit?
Yes, by all means, by all means. That one, on the house, boys.
Lovely. And I wonder if you've got any intact, full-size tobacco leaves.
Tobacco leaves?
Aye.
A new request for me, Dargon. I certainly do. How much would you be interested in?
30 leaves.
30 leaves. So with, must go to the other side of the shop. And he actually gallops off at this point. Kicks up some dust. And in the distance you do hear a smash. Shit. And eventually he gallops back, places a box, and sort of counts out 30 leaves. Let me wrap them for you as well, Dog, and places them into a simple cloth package, places them on top of the cloak. Tobacco leaves, very easy to come by. We'll call that 32 gold.
Lovely.
Now boys, come on, you're not paying attention, are you?
Well,
That would be 12 gold.
Maths has never been Dagon's strong point.
I'll,
It's the only honesty you'll get out of me today, boys.
well, for that, I wonder if you would like or have any use of this skull. I bring out the was it? Were you in a minute? Which one? Which head? I think it was the dragon, Chimera dragon head, wasn't it? Yes, the skull. I get that out of the out of the bag of holding. It's obviously washed down, fairly clean now. Pop that on the table.
Interesting. Chimera skull. Bothrid, you say? Your cloak? Fashioned out of the hide of the lion? Bothrid nods. I think perhaps I may be able to make something special for you there if you are of interest.
You can make something for Bothrid.
Well, Chimera are in themselves magical.
Don't we know it?
It will not be cheap, but I think I can enhance the cloak that your companion wears. Make it more than just a aggressive-looking hide.
You have piqued our interest, Mephisto. Lovely, lovely. Well, I'm sure you love some gems and shiny stuff just as much as we do. Get out the azurite gem, the bone dice, the bone statue, and the I think this is right. Is it the Eye of Agate or something?
Eye of Agate.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, we shall certainly put it into the mix. Just thinking about that cape. Bothrid, if it interests you, I'd be willing to do that for the equivalent of 5,000 gold pieces. It'll take me a day or two, but I think you'll be pleased with the results.
And with the items that we might be able to give you, we can work out a deal.
Well, I'm sure your allies would also be interested in procuring some items, would you not?
Always.
Let us discuss what it is we have to buy and sell. We shall work up totals in the end.
But wouldn't say no to a couple more healing potions. If you've got any
Indeed.
more coming on the way.
I have, and in particular type.
All varieties, to be honest.
Well, as you well know, I have the simpler types, the better types, and the best types.
How many do you want of each, boys? Kirik, I know that you can do a great amount, but sometimes it's always good to have a backup.
I already have a potion of greater healing, so I suppose just a normal potion of healing will be good to add to the collection.
Yeah, I'd like 2 of them.
I will take
2
one of your
standards.
I'll take.
Carry on.
I'll take one of your potions of superior healing if you have them going.
Very well. So 1 superior. And you say just the standard for you 2 gentlemen?
Actually, I'll go with greater if you've got them. 2 greater. Now, I have a note in my inventory, which must be from the lighthouse. It just says magic scroll, or did I hand that over to you, Kirik?
That was the legend lore scroll.
Cool, lovely. That's gone.
Indeed.
So how many potions of greater healing was that? Just the 2?
I'll go with 2, yeah.
I'll have
One
one
superior.
box standard job.
Yeah, 1 superior,
So-
2 greater, 1 normal.
Okay. And he sort of reaches under, pulls them out. Sort of the superior healing is certainly larger than the others, with the smallest being just the potion of healing, which probably stands about 1.5 inches high in a little vial.
Mephisto, I'm looking for some simple components. One of them you might have, the other one might be slightly harder to procure, but maybe you could get them. I'm trying to find some iron, about 100 gold worth, and some powdered diamond, about 200 gold worth, if you have it, or if you know where to find it. That'll be extremely helpful.
Both of those I can supply. I like to tinker. I like to build. I have raw materials. You say 100 of the iron. Is that just iron ore or iron ingots?
Yeah, yes. Iron ore would be great.
Iron ore.
Powdered, if
powdered
possible.
diamond.
Yes.
Very well. Yes, I can certainly do that for you. And you sort of, you see him bring out a set of scales and reaches down and pulls out a rather large pouch and sort of takes it out and begins to measure out the powdered diamond as he pours it. Yes, I think that will do nicely, and he places it into a pouch, puts it in a bundle on the pile with the rest of the stuff.
Cool.
Is it diamond dust for restoration or something?
No. Although that is a good shout. I should probably. No, I don't have greater restoration yet. That's 5th level.
Oh, yeah.
That requires diamond dust. This is for something else.
Cool. Hey, do we need any of those diamonds to bring Ander back from the dead when he grabs another sword?
I've already got one in my pocket, don't you worry.
Yeah.
Oh, did I give it to you?
Yeah, I think you did. At least I have it in my inventory, so I think you did.
Oh, gutted.
Sorry, you died, Ander?
Yes, you're the only person I haven't told so far. I died. So did Dargon. But we're still here. Can't keep a good man down.
So it would seem. Not without your skills, it would seem, Kirik.
He's been
Yes.
been a great friend and ally in our travels.
Mainly Doctor.
Now, you mentioned a blade. Tell me of this blade.
It's bloody horrible.
Not my finest hour. You may have come across a cursed blade in your time, but you know, the type where if you touch it, you must satiate a bloodlust. If you don't, it'll kill you. You know, the usual deal.
Interesting. Been more of an extreme curse, not usually the sort of curses I hear of.
It wasn't your work, was it?
Do you still have it?
Do I know Kirik has it?
No, the last you saw, it went into Dargon's bag of holding.
It is no longer on my person, I'm afraid. Dargon?
Aye.
Do you have the blade? It could be
Aye.
worth something.
I do. I ain't touching it.
Make me a deception check, please.
It wasn't really deception, it was open deception, that was. Definitely was open deception. Because it is a 4.
4.
Nailed it.
Well, I can understand the reluctance based on what you told me, but should you wish at any time to be rid of it, I would be interested to study it.
The legend lore...
What does that mean?
Suddenly Kirik's eyes go very squinty.
What does he mean with that? Is he being truthful that he just wants to study it?
Inside chair.
Can I check if I believe him?
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh wow. 13. Rolled a 5.
As far as you're concerned, yep. Absolutely being honest.
Cool. All right.
Is your shopping list complete, Kirik?
Yes, on my end, that is all I require for now.
Sure we don't
Oh,
want to...
some incense if you have it.
This man is obsessed with incense.
I
Again,
need a lot of it.
he was burning it last
incense is
night.
easy to come by.
Do you have
We'll,
the purple
we'll throw that in
exploding
for free.
kind? Because that's what you appeared to be using last night.
No, that's special effect.
Purple.
That's my own mixture. Don't worry.
Boys have got no less strange since we last met, that is for certain.
Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment. Especially from you, from Mephisto.
Now tell me, boys, these are simple items.
You haven't got to
Oh,
my
Much
list
in my
yet.
store.
Out of interest, what
Okay.
swords you got? Go on. You got some funky swords back there, surely.
Swords. I have a giant slayer rapier. I have. I think that's the only sword that I have prepared. However, there is a club that may be of interest. A warhammer.
Nice.
I also recently have come into possession of a rather interesting loot.
Oh boy.
Go on.
Yes,
I can
it's,
barely play the pan flute, but you've piqued my interest.
You play the pan flute.
Like I said, barely. Yes, it's a skill I'm teaching myself on the long, lonely nights.
Well, this loot is one of a kind, it would seem. It is, it's exquisite.
It's a nice way of saying expensive.
The most perfectly crafted loot I've seen in my time, and innately magical.
Oh boy.
Well, it does require some time to study it, but I believe it'll allow you some extra spells once you become familiar with it. I was not aware you had trained in the bardic arts, and
It's a growing passion of mine. As you know, I like the limelight, and it seemed to fit my personality quite well. But I'm attuned to a fuck ton of things at the minute. I can't. You've reeled me in, but I'm afraid I would have to give up some of my other familiarities with some other magical items, and I can't afford to lose those benefits, I'm afraid.
not to worry. I shall keep it for now. You may always return later. But
Is there anything
sorry,
interesting
Darwin,
about?
you're after weapons.
Yeah. What's
Yes, as I say, I have the club, the warhammer. There is a quiver, which probably wouldn't suit you, Dargon. No, it's. Let's move past that. So yes, there is the warhammer, the club, and the. I think I said scimitar, didn't I? No, the rapier.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'd be interested in the Warhammer. Anything's particularly special about it, apart from it smashing heads?
Indeed. We've been working with this particular warhammer. It is enchanted in such a way that you'll find it very difficult to be surprised.
Oh, I like the
To
idea of
be
that.
quicker into battle.
Oh boy.
My friend Johannes had a similar property with his quarterstaff, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Johannes is quite fond of that. Many a time I've had to try and pry it from his grasp, but
Good luck with that.
he's a wily one.
Mephisto,
Can we,
you do have a way of making people part from their gold, don't you? My goodness me.
Can we circle back around to this quiver as a man with a bow? I shall be intrigued as to what say you about it.
Hasn't used
Yes,
it
the
since the
quiver.
start of the campaign.
I barely fucking use it. It's just like 1d6.
Well, upgrade it. Get a proper bow.
So I've got magic arrows. Yeah, I need it. Actually, yeah.
Yes, well, the quiver will enable you to hold much more than it would appear, not just arrows. You can hold arrows, crossbow bolts, javelins.
Sandwiches.
You could even store bows, quarterstaffs, spears within it.
And
Much
do
like
you
my
have
shop.
any...
It has properties.
Oh, okay. A quiver of holding. Can... What say you about bows? My current bow is a little bit not up to scratch, if I'm honest.
What is it you'd be looking for in a bow?
Range and damage. Mind you, I'm a dainty man, so it can't be too heavy.
You think it's made of an oak tree?
I have a particular elven bow
Now we're talking.
May be of interest. Again, it's not going to be cheap.
Is anything cheap in your shop, Mephisto?
No.
Lucky I come with plenty of coin.
Let me go fetch it and see if it is of interest to you.
While you're back there, do you contain any items in your shop that can permanently increase my constitution and or wisdom? As you know, not the wisest of fellows, and a bit of a sickly man, if I'm honest. So anything that can help me in those day parts would be absolutely invaluable.
DM notes. I may be willing to construct something for you, or perhaps enchant something if you have something that is already on your person.
Yes, and I'll give him my Malt Master's pin.
Nice.
Interesting. An intelligent choice, sir.
Wise,
Now,
you might say.
For such a size, I can perhaps make you a little bit more hardy, or I can help you with your wisdom. Which one would you prefer?
Make me more hardy, I think. We have a hard road ahead. Kirik can be my wisdom. I always listen to
Very
him.
well.
Make a deception check.
And at this point, he's so fascinated by sort of looking at the pin. You can see that literally, almost see the cogs moving in his mind as to how he's going to work with this. I think to do the pin and Bothrid's cloak, if he's interested, need perhaps a week.
I don't think we mind a little downtime, to be fair.
Nope, I'm okay with that.
Okay. To do both of these items, we're going to be talking, for both of them together, that's going to be near on 12,000 gold, boys. The magic is not simple, and it takes time.
Surely we are buying so many things in your shop. Perhaps there is an accord that could be arranged. Kind of like looking
So
at
far-
Panda as if like, is this how you do it?
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh yeah, that's great. Natural 1.
Sweating, looking about.
Whilst the effort is very much appreciated, Kirik, so far, your items of purchase have been rudimentary.
Add the Warhammer.
You wish to take the Warhammer?
Yeah.
And potentially the bow and quiver.
I warn you, Dargon, that Warhammer is probably one of the most expensive items I own.
Oh, spill the beans.
For you? Bearing in mind the other 40,000 gold.
Oh,
You weren't fucking joking.
on the other hand, remind me of your other equipment that you might have or not.
However, boys, if you let me have the Wrath Strike block, I will waive the fee for the Warhammer.
Holy!
So it's worth 40,000 to you. And then what would be the discount for this? Well, you're gonna have to tell me more about the bow first, but I want the quiver for sure.
The bow, not so expensive. The elves make a number of these bows. It is something you will have to become familiar with.
God damn it!
And if you speak a certain phrase, your target will become a sworn enemy until it dies, or until a certain period of time is expended. If you attack your enemy with this weapon, you will find yourself enhanced in a way that it makes it easier to strike this target. In addition, regardless of the cover, other than perhaps total, complete cover, you will always find a way to hit this target.
That sounds pretty good.
That does sound pretty good. That sounds very much roguish. Stay out the fucking fight.
Bastard, you bastard! Problem is, right, I got my cloak of darkness.
You can
Can't
let
get rid of
that
that.
go
Invaluable.
Yeah.
We can let that go for about 3,500.
Okay.
If we swap in the rock for the Warhammer, we're still alright. We've still got funds. So
My flame tongue rapier is the only way I can see in the dark, and it's good for a sneak attack because then you get the 2d4 sick fire damage. The only other one is my gloves of ogre strength.
okay. Yeah, but
Do you see such fits to be enhanced strength, Thunder? I would have thought a person of your particular skills would be far more interested in finesse than brute strength.
Oh, what a salesman! All right, I'll have it.
oh, I love it.
Very well. Bear with me.
Danny, never buy a car, alright? Because you'll go in and they'll sell you friggin' everything.
This is what happens to me in real life. Upsell,
I'm a
okay.
salesman by trade.
And I'm a mug.
So just back around behind the shelving, and he doesn't go far, and you can hear him lift something rather heavy and also take something else out, and he comes back, a warhammer over his shoulder, and this very intricately carved bow with Elvish was carved into sort of the wood, and he places them both before you, and the warhammer itself lands with a bit of a thud.
So I give you the block,
Yes.
and then then what is the outstanding balance for the bow
Well,
of the quiver?
We've got a few more bits we can add, can't we, Ander? Bothrid, I know you wanted something. Might it, by any chance, be a javelin of some kind?
Me perhaps interested in the club.
In the club.
I like style buffering.
Yes.
I like your work.
Club used by my kind. Lots. If help me fight, I willing to pay. I think the club can certainly do that for you, Bothrid. It is not too expensive either. I sense something about you, Bothrid. I like it. 300 gold for you, sir.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Mephisto. Kirik, is there anything that would help in any sort of protection or spell enhancement for you?
There is something that I've been interested since our journey from Ironforge. I don't know, Mephisto, you might be able to create something of that kind. Recently I found myself having a spell being that I was trying to cast being dispelled even before I could finish it. I myself don't possess that ability, but if you had the ability to infuse an item, a ring perhaps, or with such an ability, that would be deeply appreciated, and I believe could be quite helpful for our journeys.
This I can do. It will not be something you can do all the time, but I think I can help. Do you have anything I can enchant again, or would you need me to provide something?
I will take out my platinum ring that I used to cast Warding Bond, and I will present it.
Very well. This I can take, seeing as I am already enchanting items for you. A discount can be applied to that.
It's very kind of you.
We will call it, we'll call it 15,000 for all 3 items to be enchanted.
I can
That's a good deal.
I can chip into that if you would if you'd all like that.
Very well. Is there
Yes.
Is there anything else I can interest you in?
Well, if I'm buying a bow and a seemingly limitless quiver, I'm going to need a few arrows, I believe.
Are you taking the quiver as well, are we?
Damn straight.
You have to attune to both of them, don't you?
Oh, do I have to attune to both? Don't tell me that. I'll be shafted.
Nope.
Oh,
You have to
cool.
attune to the bow.
Cool.
Just to just to round it off, any boots or belts that might be of use to our travelling band of merciless killers?
Yes, I can certainly provide such things. I think 60 arrows should do the trick. I will certainly fill the arrow compartment.
Cool. Yes, please.
Now, in terms of items of clothing, let's see what I have in my inventory. Any places the book on, flicks through it. Let's see, I have a dwarven belt, a particular stone, there's some mithril plate armor, a necklace of orange beads, there's some plate armor. What else do I have? And he sort of flicks to the back of the book. There are some
I'm so
certain
hesitant with the dwarven
eyeglasses.
Necklace
Oh
of
no,
orange
them anal
beads.
beads arrows
Oh
on
god.
There is some studded leather with some magical properties. There's also a shield if anybody is interested in a shield.
I'm doing fine with mine at the moment.
Likewise.
What are these orange anal beads you speak of?
You have a
100%
particular way
in
about you,
character.
It is a necklace. The beads can be withdrawn and thrown.
Oh, nice.
And I have seen to it that a nice little spell is in those beads.
What are you doing, Matt? What are you doing?
One can say it gets very warm in that room.
Oh, Christ. That's going to cost $1 million.
Are they like incendiary bombs?
Is it a bead of fireball?
One could say that.
Probably.
Oh, fuck.
How much we talking?
God's sake.
I fucking got loads of coin.
Yeah, apparently.
I can't remember.
There
You've got a lot.
How much we
haven't you?
talking?
There's 12 beads on this particular necklace. I'd be willing to let that go for 10,000 gold pieces.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
He's having it.
Add it to the tab and we'll have a chat about it.
Oh. Boy, oh boy. And with Fireball. That's going to be fun.
I'm kind of going for a fire and ice vibe. I've got my ice knife, I can have my fire beads, I've got my fire sword. Ooh. I could put one on the end of an arrow and fucking fire it across the wherever.
What's this dwarven belt? Will it go round my leg?
No, it will.
Oh, I've seen a
expand
fat
to
dwarf
fit you,
before.
sir.
This should be one big enough.
Again, you will need to become familiar with such an item.
Oh, balls.
Can help to increase one's health and make one healthier. Also helps your interaction with dwarven kind. And
That could be
to
handy at Shiver
yourself with
Spire.
such a beard, it
I already
can
know what's coming.
it can help with the growing of a beard. So I'm told. I acquired it off a dwarven traveller not so long back. Apparently, also bestows upon you a language, although I haven't quite figured that part out yet.
Oh, yeah.
Out of character, it is a belt of dwarven kind.
Yeah. I just don't want to
Turns
become
into a
Grog.
dwarf.
I just do not. No, I just don't want to become Grog. No, I'll stick with the items I'm currently familiar with.
Bothrid steps up at this point. If you not take belt, I would like.
Go for it. Go for it.
My man.
Absolutely. Was it +2?
Last time we left
Constitution?
Mephisto's shop, we were fucking skinned.
Yeah, we're going to do it
So let's go
again. Yeah, but that's also the point of Mephisto's shop.
Yeah. We have to go back to Moonbright and do some fighting.
Yeah, we are.
I'm already
Okay, so
almost there.
let's just let's
got the
recap, shall
jewels,
we?
don't
We've
you worry
got
about
the shoulder cloak, the identifying services, the tobacco, the potions, 1 superior, 2 greater, 1 normal, some iron ore, some powdered diamond, the warhammer, which I will waive the fee for the block, the bow, the club, the enchantment services, the quiver, the arrows, the necklace, and the belt. Anything else?
Boy.
I think that's enough. Do you think that's enough?
Yeah.
Well, we've also got to stay here a couple of days for them to enchant. So if we happen to fancy a flutter here again, then maybe
Yes,
maybe we'll come
true.
back.
True.
So I'm good with that for now.
Yes. How do you want to accept payment? Because I have quite a collection of random gemstones and jewels that I feel you may be a benefit to you rather than me. Because the places we go, they only deal in coins, so I'd rather give you the good stuff.
That's a wonderful
Take
way of
payment.
saying that out of character, can I give you all this shit that's in our inventory and we knock the price down?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Can I get rid of all my shit?
Because
So-
if I keep looking at all these gemstones, I haven't got a frigging clue what I'm doing with them.
And I can't buy it with them, really, in a redneck part of town. So allow me to bestow on you what I have. Tourmaline, worth 100 gold. A ruby, worth 5,000 gold.
Whoa, hang on a minute. We need that for spells, don't we?
I don't know this. Stop me if you want to keep any of this. Obsidian,
I've
worth
got
10
some
gold.
stuff.
So Mephisto spends some time, just while you're rattling this off, spend some time sort of looking at, and he begins to write various things down and spends a couple of minutes, and he sort of says, well, boys, should we make this a round figure?
Yeah, none of us
I
know
Naught's
this.
a round figure.
Apply some discounts. I can always go up.
Dargon's a round figure.
Yeah.
I am willing to apply some discounts. And with the block, the rest I will let you have for 35,000 gold pieces in total.
So, in the spirit of good maths, can we tot up all of my jewels to knock off the price and then give you the rest in gold?
What jewels do you have?
Get ready to do some maths, boys. Right. I have
You're going to have to do this slowly, I think.
amber, worth 100. I'm going to write these all down. Somebody add them up as I go. So amber, worth
How much
100.
amber? You just got amber worth 100.
Amethyst, worth 200. Coral, worth 100.
D&D Live, where we do calculations.
Pretty much.
Emerald.
And it's just maths.
An emerald, worth 1,000.
Ooh!
Garnet, worth 200. Jade, worth 100. Jet, worth 400. Obsidian, worth 10. That's better than that. A ruby, worth 5,000. And some tourmaline, worth 100.
72.10.
£7,210.
And I'm happy to give...
I'm still looking forward to the point where, in like 100 sessions' time, we're going to need some of those gems, and we're going to be like, "Oh yeah."
When Kieran's
Great.
like, "Oh, I need tourmaline to save everyone's life," and I'll be like, "For fuck's sake!"
We're going to look back at this episode, and that's going to be it.
Or that amber that I'm about to give him has a little insect in it, and Mephisto starts off Jurassic World 4, and then we all get fucked by wyvern crossbreed Tyrannosaurus velociraptors.
There is a T-Rex stab block.
Dinosaurs do exist in D&D.
They do.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So, with the gems, so 35,000.
I don't know the price of the stuff that I got from the lighthouse, so should we just leave that for now?
Alright. So we're down to what? 27,800?
I know you've got quite a lot under, but I'm happy to just drop 5 down.
I'll drop 20.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're still going to end up with more than I have at the end of it after dropping down 20 as well.
So Bothrid steps forward and offers, basically just puts 16 platinum down and the 2,000-ish gold pieces he has, basically all the coins he has, just pours it onto the table, which will be 2,160.
3. Did you say 120 platinum?
No, 16 platinum,
Oh, right.
which is 160
sorry,
gold.
Yeah. Right.
So he offers 2,160 gold pieces equivalent, and will
Cool.
empty his coin purse totally.
It's alright, we'll look after him.
And
I can put 900 down if need be.
Keep it.
Kirik puts 900 down. No, Kirik's keeping it. So Anders put in
So
What's left?
20 in.
Yeah, I'll
Right,
put 20 down.
Dargon, how much are you putting forward?
I'll put 5 down unless I need to put more or less.
5,000. That takes us to 7,160. There is still about 20,500-ish to go.
2,500. 2,500.
If there was only 20 on, if there's only 27,000 left, then I've put down 20,000 already.
Right, you said you were going to wait and see what's left, so you're putting
Oh, okay.
20,000 in.
Yeah.
So that's 27,160 with the remainder. My maths is shit. We all know my maths is shit.
Yep.
So 27,800 minus 2760. 640 gold left to pay.
Fine, I'll do it.
I'll give you. I've got 100. I've got 13 platinum, so that's 130 gold. I can't use platinum at a tavern, so
That's a good point.
No.
I'll do the same, so I can put another 130 gold in platinum.
I'll put my 12 platinum as well.
Cool. What's left?
So bear with.
Knock out 5,000 now while I remember.
Minus 120.
That's the wrong keyboard.
390 left to pay.
I'll do it.
£390.
Gold.
Yeah, that's right.
What'd you say?
So I'm doing 5,390, so that will finish it off. Because obviously I was doing 5,000 initially, yeah?
What?
So you were doing 5,000, and then you
Yeah.
added 130 platinum,
Yeah. Plus
and then there's 390
390
left.
Yeah, so I'm doing 5,390
Plus
gold and the 13 platinum.
Okay. And
My
that's
bag
what's
feels a
left.
little lighter now.
Yeah. Still got provisions, so
I've still got 10 grand left.
Just gonna
still got 4 grand.
bank all his coins. 16.
And then I've got like silver and copper for the taverns and stuff.
Yeah.
So-
Start paying in copper now at the tavern. Like, here you go for your
Count them out.
water.
1, 2.
2. How many is it? 7. Oh, I've lost count. Hang on. 1, 2.
Okay, so I was going to Dargon.
We should do this at like times 1.5 speed so people can watch us do maths a bit quicker.
This is the beauty of shopping episodes, isn't it? So I was going to Dargon as well.
It's always the calmer chill sessions.
Who had the potion of superior healing?
Kirik.
My man Kirik.
Potion of greater healing.
Me.
It was
I was potion of normal
2
healing.
to Dargon. And I got the potion of normal. Kirik got the iron ore. Kirik got the diamond. Bow went to Ander. Bothrid got the club. Quiver went to Ander. The arrows went to Ander. The necklace went to Ander. The belt of dwarven.
Oh, I forgot about the necklace.
To Bothrid.
Now, the only thing I'm going
So,
to assume this Warhammer is something I need to attune to, so I'll have to drop.
Did you say it was a necklace of fireballs?
it is a necklace of fireballs, complete with 12 beads.
Fucking hell!
I And what's the bow called?
Now you're going ranged. Please never fire that when I'm nearby.
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll a 1 and drop it right at my foot.
Yeah, you
Just
are.
set myself on
Just
fire.
shoot off into the sky.
Oh my god.
So I've
Friendly
added the
fire.
Warhammer to Dargon's equipment.
Woo, thank you.
That
Let's
is
go
a
down this
beast of
list.
an item.
Shoulder cloak. You need to add to yourself, Dargon. The tobacco.
Nice.
Kirik, you need to add a potion of superior healing if you've not already done so.
Shall do so.
My necklace of fireballs has got 9 charges. Did you say it should have 12?
I'll create one.
Okay.
if I need
You're
to.
just looking at your Warhammer.
Or you can add it and just make a note that it's 12,
Yeah, yeah.
not 9.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've got to.
Saves you
sort my
fucking about.
achievement out, though. Balls. I suppose you could do it on, like, each day. You could swap stuff out, couldn't you?
You could, if you really wanted to. So, potion of greater healing. Ander needs to add a potion of healing if he's not already done so.
Done that. Yeah.
Kirik, iron ore and powdered diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Oath bow, Ander.
Oath bow. Right.
Oath
Write that
bow.
down. Oath bow.
You need to add 60 arrows, which are
Done that.
arrows plus 1.
What are they? I just did normal arrows.
Plus
Fucking
1
hell, yeah. Now we're talking.
Plus 1
Okay.
arrows. The quiver is a... what was it called? A quiver of Elona. I'll add that one for you because the spelling's a bit fucking all over the place.
Now, if I just put quiver and it comes up, only 2 options come up. It's EHLONNA, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. So add that one in. The necklace you've already added. So then Bothrid needs... Where's my main man gone? A belt. Manage equipment. Belt of Dwarven kind. And a vicious great club.
I mean, at this rate, I might even think of getting rid of my armour and swapping it out for something that doesn't need attunement. Which I thought I'd never do. Depends how useful I find the,
Oh, yeah.
the blink axe.
Cool. So Mephisto turns to you and sort of takes the ring. Bothrid takes off the Chimera's head, the Chimera cloak, and hands it over, and he places the dragon skull on top of that. And then he also takes the Maltmaster's pin. So let me just make sure I've got this down. Enchant. Pin for Con. Kim cloak. And then there was also the ring. Which just dispel magic you asked for, yep.
Is it dispel magic? No, it's
no,
counterspell. What level?
Whatever he does, I guess.
Yeah, good point.
Okay.
So right, sorry, this is a very much out of character.
That's cool.
So the AC of your character can obviously change with numerous different things. I've got the armour and my shield at the moment. So I get a +2 to my AC with the shield and an AC of 16 with the armour. Is there any armour that can do better than that? Or
Say that
what?
again.
So I've currently got, without either of them on, I've just got an AC of 11. With the armour on,
Yep.
it ups me to 16. and the shield is a +2, which is obviously a +2 to whether it be 11 or 16. So, is there anything else? I suppose it's like, could I get to AC or 18 or higher with one item instead of two? Because at the moment I've got those two are actually requiring attunement, so they're taking up quite a lot of my. They're taking 2 of my spaces up. As cool as they are.
There's plate
So
armor.
it will depend on the type of armour you have. Yeah, so if you go for like full plate armour.
I think that's just a straight up 18.
And even.
And would straight up plate armour
is
require
armor class of
attunement?
18. No.
So I'd lose the necrotic resistance, but I could actually get to 20 by swapping out the necrotic chainmail for just straight plate armour, which I believe I should be able to wear no problem. I've already got disadvantage on my stealth because of the armour I'm wearing, so it wouldn't actually make any difference. Ooh. Mephisto, you got any plate armour?
I need to add my fancy necklace to my Hero Forge. I'm going to look like Wilma Flintstone, aren't I?
Do have some plate armour, however it is not just your average plate armour. It is mithril plate armour.
As modelled by yours truly.
You've got mithril scale armour.
Oh, balls.
So,
Retract my previous
much
statement.
like your friend will know, it comes with all the benefits of plate armour, but is a lot lighter, a lot more flexible.
Would I lose? Would I like get rid of my disadvantage on stealth? Not that it's good. Holy moly! Take my money
You might be able to tiptoe.
and not be surprised. This is becoming ridiculous.
I'm so excited about my
For
new
that,
bow that I've automatically took my ogre gloves off now and they're put in my bag of holding. Obviously I can't achieve it right now, but
you can always share these items amongst yourselves. Mephisto disappears back and brings forth this sort of shimmering plate shirt and places it down. It's my last one. It will take me some time to construct more, but I am willing to let it go for 2,500.
Sold.
Gold, of course.
it's a bargain.
Very well.
Use the right mouse.
Do you now have some mithril plate armour?
Nice. Take 2.5 out.
Ooh. Mephisto has fucking rinsed us, as usual.
So, can anyone use the necrotic armor?
What
is it? Heavy?
Chainmail heavy armor, yeah.
Hell no.
Bothrid looks at it and... Too heavy for me.
It would crush me.
Well, maybe we keep it to one side just in case we're aware of the fact we're going up to something bad.
Good call.
Very well, my friends. If there's nothing else, return to me in a week. I will have your items for you.
I don't want to keep you any longer, Mephisto. We look forward to seeing this kind of stuff.
I welcome the gold. And the wrath strike. This I shall put to good use.
have just realised I'm not
Very well,
proficient with the oath bow.
Why are you not proficient with the oath bow?
Well,
Are you not proficient with the
it's a
bow?
heavy ranged two-handed weapon. I'm only proficient with short bows and crossbows. So it just means it's a +3 to hit. But it's alright, because when it does hit, it'll be badass.
Out of character, there are ways of becoming proficient through study, practice, training.
Okay.
How the hell do you spell mithril?
Mithrral.
Are we getting plenty of practice? If I speak the words, I don't have disadvantage on the range. That means it'll have a range of 600.
Longbows, man. Crazy.
Mithril plate armour, yeah?
Mithril plate, yeah.
Uncommon green one, yeah?
Yep.
Sweet. It says armour class 20. It says armour class 20.
That's right. Bothrid's HP has now shot up to 81.
Woo!
Yeah.
Whoa.
What was that?
And armor class is currently
That's the belt, isn't it?
at 15.
Yeah. 1 extra hit point per level. That's what you just got.
Why couldn't them fucking HP? That's why I went for the Constitution thing. For when the next time I level up. Oh,
Indeed.
cock and buns.
81. Nice.
Oh, I'm happy with mine.
Oh,
I'm glad I stand far away now.
That actually changed quite a lot, changing the armour. That was bugging me, that was.
There we go. Very well, friends. I have gold to spend, it seems, and items to enchant. I'll be seeing you soon, no doubt.
We will. Cheerio.
indeed. Thank you, Mephisto.
You're most welcome.
Well, whatever we want.
And as you exit and you open the door, there is that chime again, and you exit. The door closes.
I think that deserves a lunchtime ale. Beers on me. Bit of lunch.
Bothrid at this point turns to you, Kirik. Takes out the mace. Thank you for letting me use. Things suit you better now.
I'll take her and I'll say, "You're welcome, Bothrid. I'm glad it was useful."
And he then picks up the club. A little bit more hobgoblin.
I want to find something to smash.
Certainly suits you.
He said today would be good day. And good day it is.
You, sir, were absolutely
Yes, sir.
right.
Fingers his belt a little bit as well.
So, what now?
Well, shall we go and drop in on Nathan and see if you can help him, Kirik?
Certainly, yes. We can definitely go and have a look and perhaps get some. I would like to, depending on how we get on with Nathan, perhaps start looking at the library of the Mole Masters.
Yes.
Sounds good. Might we have a
As you
pee break?
exit,
Another one?
yeah, we can go for another pee break.
Yeah.
With a +2.
I'm going to give my ogre gloves to Bothrid.
Nice.
Cool. So, as you exit Mephisto's, the it is about midday. You've spent some hours in there negotiating, looking at various items and settling the prices for things. Even though the sun shines overhead, there is still that very distinct biting cold feeling. And Bothrid himself sort of rubs his arms, no longer having the chimera cloak around him. Chilly. Shall head to tavern, maybe?
Sounds good.
Warm up.
Yes.
I suppose none of us really know whether it's usually this cold, not from being around here.
It wasn't this cold last time we were here.
Cold. No, was not.
Yeah, sorry. I don't really notice when it's cold, so didn't really notice any difference.
Unusually cold.
As in, does it not befit the like the weather? As in, it doesn't look wintry.
Yeah.
Make me a survival check, please.
Can I join in on that one?
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Survival.
I'll
Yeah?
assist.
Yeah, Dargon would have got advantage anyway, but...
Oh, would I? No.
So are you assisting or are you joining in, sorry?
Assisting.
Do you want to assist Kirik because I have advantage anyway?
You get advantage anyway, so it doesn't really matter, it's up to you. What did you roll, Kirik?
21.
I rolled
21 for Dargon.
8.
Kirik? An 8. So
8.
Kirik
Yeah.
has no way of really measuring whether this is uncanny cold or not. Dargon, however, now you sort of think about it and you settle. It wasn't this cold before, and even for a mountain at this altitude, it is strangely cold. To the point where, as you now look at the roofs of the building, there are icicles beginning to form, albeit over time.
It's I have to admit, yeah, it is a little colder than a mountain this tall should be, and it's unusual that we're getting icicles when there's not a lot of snow or rain. Should we have a chat in the tavern, see if this is normal?
Yes.
Ask someone in there.
Yes.
Yes. I fear if it's a magical cold,
As
we
you
might be in
walk-
some trouble.
As you walk towards the tavern and sort of enter inside, it's a quiet tavern. Only usually serves the malt masters and those that are around the area. But you see sat at the bar or at the table in the tavern, the familiar black and purple armour, the flowing brunette hair, the familiar blade at her side, that figure of Thailania sat with a mug of ale, just sort of swilling it round, taking a sip, placing it down, sort of lost in her own thoughts at this point.
I will go up to the bar and ask for some ale, and then sit down next to Thailania. Or do you mind if I sit next to you?
No, certainly not, Dargon. Please, take a seat. You got yourself a drink?
Aye.
Very well. And she sort of shuffles a bit nervously, sips a pint.
How fair is
So,
Nathan?
No change. How was your evening?
How fair.
It was good. Yes, slept quite well.
It's nice to be back in
At this
a bit of
point,
comfort.
A dwarf with very almond red hair, red beard, comes over, plonks 4 ales down, nods, walks back to the bar. I see, it looks like you've been to see your old friend Mephisto then.
He has fleeced us of many a coin.
Yes, he has a habit of doing that.
It's been a while since we've been nearby some rather fancy stuff, and our travels haven't been kind to us, although I suppose that we fare quite lucky, considering.
Sometimes it's not the material items that make us. Sometimes it's the power within.
Yeah, still good to be cleaved in metal, like.
So the theme. Then again, I'm not one to argue. She sort of indicates her own fully encased form in this black and purple sort of crested armour.
So is there anything that we can do for him? Do you know?
We've tried potions, we've tried spells. He's stable, but he just doesn't seem to be waking. I don't know what else I can do at this point other than wait.
It will be no surprise to you, but it's a little beyond me. So I'm afraid I don't think I can help you very much. Obviously, if you know otherwise, please let me know.
I appreciate that, Dargon, but he is beyond all of our help. I only hope his goddess sees fit to bring him back to me.
Which goddess is that?
She who rules death. The Raven Queen.
I snap over to Kirik.
I've suddenly started paying attention after looking at my bow, because this has pricked my ears up.
Kirik, I never knew this of Nathan, I have to admit.
I learned this information in the morning when we went to the temple. I asked her if I had the ability to help him. She was cryptic as she often is, but I look to Thelania at this point. I say, I'm sure you'll be back.
Again, that's as cryptic as your Raven Queen. What does that mean?
She mentioned
From what Nathan's told me. Sorry, Kirik, please do continue.
She mentioned something. I'm still trying to figure out what that might mean. I spend a lot of time trying to understand what messages come forward. She said she needs him. He's on a mission. I'm sure once that mission is complete, he'll be brought back to you.
How can he be on a mission if he is laid?
Well, we ourselves have actually experienced some sort of this experience, being transported suddenly to a different place. It's not uncommon. I believe it's the same kind of magical calling that is occurring.
Oh, do you mean he's in Eastvale?
Well, she didn't mention that he was beyond the veil. I'm still trying to figure out if that is a play on words or if it's actually Eastvale. Who knows?
That's an interesting one.
She told me not to intervene and to trust. So I'm afraid that's all I can do.
Yeah, it's quite hard to sit here and not intervene, but I suppose I wouldn't know which way to point the hammer.
No, indeed. And Nathan seems to trust her, so I will trust him. You should talk to him sometime, Kirik. When he's awake. You two have a lot in common.
I'll make sure to make that happen.
If I may change the subject, if it be so bold, what do you know of the disturbances in Yiskalen? Am I saying that correct?
Ixalion.
That's the one.
Yeah, the wood's just north from here.
It's a strange one. Nathan and I were due to go, and then there was a more urgent call, of course. But we have word of strange folk taking settlement there. The ruins themselves have been, or have seen more activity than they usually would. They are themselves the ruins of one of the wars long ago. You'd have to ask the distiller, she knows more than I. But it seems there are people there and they seem to be searching for something. I suppose what's more strange is this damn cold.
Ah, yes.
You really did too.
Seeing you here caught us off guard. We were just noticing how cold it was up here. More colder than it should be for a mountain such as this one.
Winter is on its way, but this is stronger than usual. Colder than usual.
What
Not
type of
seen
effect
snow
could
yet.
this do?
Well, it's hard to say in Nylon. It could be the magic of the land, it could be something else. I'm sure all will be revealed in due time, though.
As it always does. I wouldn't mind popping out to the woods north of here and seeing if we can offer assistance.
Last time
Or
we
the
heard of
opposite.
strange folk settling somewhere, the tabaxi turned out to be quite useful to us, so
That's a very good point, actually, yes. Maybe it is something that we head over and see what's afoot over there.
yes.
Very well.
Something we could
So there you go.
Certainly help us out.
We have got time to kill while Mephisto secures our magic items. We could go and be back within the week.
We could. You
I
don't
also think
need any of that stuff before we go, do we?
With
The
my,
ring would be
with my
quite
new
useful.
bow, I could start. Well, yes.
But I suppose I could use
Arthur chimes
your
up.
ring, Dargon, as opposed
Yeah.
to.
Feel free. I
If
feel
it's
suitably
getting cold,
protected for now.
If it's getting cold, would like Chimera cloak, but I follow you. I survive.
I wonder if we could use the time to also study in the library. Oh, I could use the time doing that.
Yes, and to be fair, you did say the distiller should know more about the site of the past battle, and it's always good to learn more about the place we're going to travel to. So
That's
chat
not a
with
bad
the
idea.
distillers,
Yeah.
chat with the distillers on the cards, I believe.
Also, is it worth showing this sword to the? Have they already seen it?
Probably they
Sword?
have.
Oh yes, the sword that Ander here befriended.
Yeah, we're feeling it's.
Don't worry, I know of such things. And she pats the
There's a
sword
Stockholm
aside.
syndrome,
We
which is thieves' camp for forced love, obviously.
we feel it's safer under our own sort of lock and key while we try to figure out how dangerous it is.
I know you have developed some mistrust of the Malt Masters, but they have seen us right.
I don't mean to show
Perhaps
a mistrust in them. It's more of a trying to learn who they are in a strange land that seems to want to kill us. On our way back, even, many things have happened, and we just don't truly know who to trust yet. I'm sure they are people we can trust and both help each other out. But this has been quite the journey so far.
Perhaps it is time you spent some time with them. Talk to them. The distiller, for example, is a frosty sort, but she has a good heart. There are reasons for her demeanour.
Maybe a little downtime is what we need right now then. We can use it wisely.
So be it. While Nathan is unconscious, I find myself a little bored, I must admit. If any of you seek to train, I wouldn't mind the odd sparring session here or there.
That I might need over these coming days just to keep me going.
How are your archery skills?
Not as good as some of the others. Do you need some assistance in this area?
Well, I've purchased a new toy and I haven't used the bow too often, so it'd be good to get some sort of practice or guidance.
Okay, I will. I'll ask around the keep.
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody will
appreciate it.
see fit to help you out and at least educate you in the ways of this bow.
I also have a spirit friend who I may call upon for advice, with it being a elvish weapon.
Interesting. And she sort of returns to her ale, goes silent. Well, it does no one good to sit and dwell. I shall take my leave.
Maybe it's time for us to pop in, say hello to the Malt Masters and right some wrongs.
Speak to the distiller, I suppose. Yes.
Would be good. I shall leave you here. Come seek me out if you
We'll
need
see you
anything. I'm sure I'll see you around the keep.
And I
Sure
hope
we
you
will.
take solace in the Raven's Queen advice.
I will try to. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So after she leaves, I would like to turn to Bothred, because I've also realised that without my ogre gloves, it's a +0 to hit with that chimera horn quarterstaff scimitar double blade thing that I've got. So I want to give Bothred some presents if I can. So
Oh, he's going full ranged rogue.
yeah, Bothred. I fear that
Good.
to get through this turmoil and to defeat our enemies, I need to go back to my room and lean into what I'm good at. I'm trying to be too many things to too many people. So these gloves of ogre strength with your new club, I feel like they would be of great benefit to you and will serve you more than they have served me. Although arm wrestling Dargon is fun, I feel they will see you good stead. And with that, I know you didn't get a replacement javelin, and you're quite fan of a long stubby stick. So I would like to gift you this double-bladed quarterstaff with the chimera horn blades. it'll match your cloak nicely, I fear. And I'll give him that as well.
Bothrid sits
If he
and
wants
looks
them.
at the items on the table and looks at you. Are you sure?
Don't get me wrong, if you fall in battle, I'll take them back. But for now, they're yours.
I smack him on his shoulder.
Kick him in the leg.
Yeah.
Bothrid's eyes look watery, and he sort of picks up the gloves, places the gauntlets on, and you see him close his eyes and... Oof. These fun.
I thought you'd
Picks
enjoy
up
them.
the goblet of ale and just crushes it. And then he looks at the staff. Dish you asked for be built.
Yes. Yes, it was handy while I had the extra strength given by the gloves, but it's too unwieldy for me now, and I don't feel like I've given it the justice it deserves.
I will use in your honor. I very much thank you, and I thank you all. Never had such good friends. Today is good day.
Today is good day.
Yes. Well,
Pint, please. This one broken.
Yeah, don't know who broke it.
And the dwarf at the bar just goes.
is he Irish, Scottish, or Welsh, this dwarf,
Spanish.
or is he from Bristol?
Hasn't spoken yet, so you have no idea.
Okay. He's a Geordie.
Otherworldly question that we should already know by now, because we've only been paying in gold because that's all we've had recently. How much would a round of drinks for the four of us actually come to in most places?
It is a very good question.
Because we just keep paying them in gold. Because that's all we've got.
And I am going to say, and this will become canon in our world from now
Make
on,
something up.
that it
Well,
will
that's going to be
be...
pricey, isn't it? It's going to be London prices.
I'll say it's 5 copper for a pint.
There you go.
Nice. 5 copper applies in most places, so it's slightly more expensive here.
Yeah, we'll say 10 copper in the Malt Masters Guild.
There we go.
Bastards.
I'll put the required amount down then.
It's 4 silver per round.
So you put...
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you need me
put
to
50
keep
copper
that
down there.
homebrew weapon in my inventory so you can take it, or would you be able to add it to
Or
my
already
fridge?
put it into Bothrid's.
Cool.
Sweet.
He already has it.
I don't want to be ungrateful. But obviously, if it's offered, can use it better than I can. So I know you made it special for
Fine,
me.
it's something you commissioned it. I just created it at
Yep.
the time, so it's... Bothrid has a +8 to hit with that fucker now.
Oh,
Oh!
Yeah.
worth it. That's worked out for the
that's
best.
our
I mean,
strength.
hang
That's
on a
our
minute.
strength
Hang
buff.
on. That's what I've got, isn't it? That's insane.
That was a good idea. That was a good idea.
Wow.
That's the strength buff, man.
Also gets
That's
a
just
special, if he
crazy.
hits with it, he gets a bonus attack. Or a bonus action immediately to attack with it again.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've done Buffett
Okay.
solid there.
Hang on a minute.
That's-
Hang on.
however,
Sorry,
we-
this is an interesting one. I've got a plus. I've got a plus on quite a lot of my weapons now. How the fuck has that happened?
What do you mean?
I've got a plus lot more. I've got a +2 to what I usually had, unless I've completely missed previously. But my scimitar
So what have you
+2.
equipped?
I have no idea. I have to work that out. Like, I swear I didn't have a +10 on my scimitar before. I had a +8. That's weird. Anyway, sorry, that's side note. I probably have and I haven't noticed.
I think you did have a +10.
I had a
you
plus 10.
a +10.
I had a +10 on Dawnbringer, and I knew it was a plus.
No, you had a
eight.
+10 on your scimitar as well, because it's always been a +2.
Oh, that was it, and therefore it would have been the. Yeah, it was just different damage dice. Sorry, my bad. I'm reading it wrong.
Cool. So, are we doing anything else in the tavern?
Nah.
Not in the tavern, no.
Cool.
I think we're heading to
So
the
I will say for
Maltmaster's Keep.
tonight, then, as you all drain your ale and stand up and begin to make your way over to the Maltmaster's Keep, that is where we will leave it for tonight.
Oh,
Nice.
that was a good one.
So extra power, some commissions in place, just means the monsters get scarier. I thank you all
Bollocks.
for tuning in and watching another episode of Malt and Magic. Once again, a huge shout out to Tabletop Audio for our musical ambience, D&D Beyond for making a lot of this easier tonight to manage, Incarnate for the maps. 5e Magic Shop tonight has been an absolute godsend in terms of generating those items and just maintaining Mephisto's shop. I encourage you to go check it out if you're a DM who just struggles with that thing like I do. There's a load of other tools on there. Just Google search, Bing search engine of choice for 5e Magic Shop. Hero Forge for character management, although don't type in heroforge.co.uk else you get a nasty beep in your ear. Please check us out on Twitch. The schedule is on Twitch. I'm not going to try and remember it. My social master will tell me off. Please check out our socials as well. So we are on Instagram and we are on Twitter as well. And as always, if you are looking to add that extra element to your game, please check out Battle Bards and please add the little voucher code that we've managed to secure, which is Malt and Magic, all lowercase, in the registration pane. Other than that, thank you again for watching. Thank you to my awesome players. Every week just gets better. I always look forward to my Monday evenings. I've been your Dungeon Master for the evening. This has been Malt and Magic. Good night and see you next week.